And Garda Síochána, Ireland's so-called police force, came in for a lot of flack this week after the publication of the Crow report. I discussed that earlier on today with my friend and ex-Garda, John Wilson. If you haven't already seen it, have a look at the video that I put up earlier. A lot of attention being directed at the roads and traffic policing unit, where they expressed concerns that many guards just weren't interested in doing a good job and didn't like really the fact that they were being asked to police in certain ways and no way of enforcing it because of red tape and nonsense going on within the ranks of Garda Síochána, which means the guardians of the peace. Well, here's another clip from the streets of Dublin, and I suppose it has many layers to it. We can look at the professionalism or lack of with members of Gardaí who are called to apprehend a strange man who is lying face down, spread-eagled on the ground before he's lifted into the back of a Garda vehicle and seems to lose his shoes in doing so. A lot of barefoot people walking around in Dublin. I put another clip up about that 2 weeks ago. Two sets of people in two different parts of Dublin walking around barefoot, shouting at the trees and the traffic and generally being a menace to society. Well, we're going to look at this clip here today, and this is a still. And anyway, let me know what you think. If you want a link through to the channel that this came from, Tinker and his buddy Paul, who go around Dublin on their bikes, doing a fantastic job of documenting the shenanigans and skullduggery that people otherwise would not see. The link is in the description box underneath this video. Yes, this is a member of Garda Síochána. This is a guard. This is not someone who has found a high-vis jacket and pulled himself through a hedge backwards and is wearing it on the street, a badly fitting one for that matter. But you'll hear what he has to say, and the verbal abuse. This guy's actually going to deal out verbal abuse about other people being ashamed of how they look. I kid you not. So we'll take this one from the top and then we'll see how the arrest goes. Just walking around. Well, this guy lies on the ground. Is he dead?
120 you.
This guy.
You're on the middle of the road. You're on the middle of the road, yeah. Look after yourself first. You're on the middle of the road.
You must be very warm and massive.
Look at this guy here. Hasn't shaved. Has no brush for his hair by the looks of it. I'm not even going to mention physical fitness. I can't really talk, but I might be able to run the length of myself, about 5'4", 5'3" on a good day. I don't know if this guy could.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
You're afraid to show your face?
I didn't have a shave, so I just want to cover my face.
Yeah.
You should have a shave, or you should cover your face. But how now? Well, listen, let's forget it. Look at it. Sorry.
You're ashamed of what you look like then?
He has just said to the guy videoing, are you ashamed of what you look like? Because he's wearing either a hood or he's got some kind of face covering on. But he has the audacity to ask the cameraman if he's ashamed of how he looks. Yes.
Ashamed of what I look like? Yeah. I'm ashamed to be caught talking to someone like you. That's what it is. That's all it is. Look at the shiny arse on Paul.
So that's the first part of the encounter. And again, let me draw your attention to the guy on the ground. He's face down. He's spread-eagled. Is halfway on the road. His face is on the footpath or the curb. Is he passed out? Is he dead or what? Is he going to be arrested? Why isn't he handcuffed? Why isn't an ambulance? Why are they not putting him into the recovery position? What is going on? Really, what's going on with this? Some of you guys can maybe shed some light on this. I don't know. Is this some kind of new technique that's being developed? The leave him face down technique? Surely if the guy's unconscious, he should be in the recovery position. If he's being arrested, he should be handcuffed and maybe stood up. 4 of them walking around, crossing the road, telling people, are they ashamed of how they look? This is what you're dealing with. So anyway, fast forward, and they get a van down to put this guy in the back of, and you can see the techniques that are used to put him in the van. Notice they're in no rush. They're in no rush to get this guy off the ground. Just standing around him. Look. 4 of them. 3 of them and 4 of them just standing around. Look. No rush. Zero urgency. Grabbing him by the arm. Grabbing him by the arm. Yep, that's it. Yank him up. Yank him up. Drag him across the ground. 4 of them there, including a female guard who doesn't really look like she wants to be there, before they scrape him off the ground and throw him into the back of this police vehicle. And here comes the man himself.
So now, sir, I am directing you with a Section 8 public order around here. 53 you Daniel Ross.
That's bad. Good man, guy. I don't want to leave now. Can I eat me?
If refusing life differential is offensive, if you find him up 500.
Look at the way they're just dragging this guy in. Look, he's got no shoes on now. He was wearing flip-flops. Now he's got no shoes on. They don't even put his feet coverings in the back of that vehicle. You see that? Look, just push his knees in there, slam that door. I don't know. There's an ambulance now. Call me old-fashioned, but would you not be better letting the paramedics have a look at the guy first? He obviously isn't a threat, because they haven't handcuffed him and he isn't moving. So they scrape him off the ground. They throw him into the back of that wagon, and then the paramedics arrive, and now they're standing there having a little discussion. Look, what's going on? Really, what's going on? Was that done literally on the fly? Do they know how to treat people, or the protocol for someone that's prone on the ground? Just walk around and around in circles, talking amongst yourselves with no urgency. When the ambulance comes, instead of the ambulance getting out and having maybe a look at the guy, see if he's conscious, if he's unconscious, he could, who knows what it is. Instead, they scrape him up and throw him in the back of the vehicle, pushing his legs in and his bare feet. I tell you, that's evidence. And that's what the government and the members of the policing board will not want you to see. This is what's policing the streets of Dublin. Fit for purpose, unfit for purpose, asking members of the public if they're ashamed of the way they look. I don't know. Make of it what you will. And of course, leave me your thoughts, comments, and opinions below. This is just madness. But it's happening, and it's happening today, yesterday, the day before, probably will happen again tomorrow. So cut and paste the link. As always, drop it into your groups, your WhatsApp groups, your Facebook groups, your email lists. Do whatever you want with it. Subscribe to the channel if you feel like it. But for now, I'm Rick Munn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media, over and out.